You know that feeling when you walk into a room and the energy instantly shifts? Not because anything dramatic happened, not because you tried to take control, but because something about your presence pulls people toward you. Conversations orbit you. Silence feels uncomfortable, so you fill it, not out of anxiety, but out of instinct. When plans are uncertain, you suggest something. When a group hesitates, you move. And afterward, instead of feeling drained, you feel more alive. There's a certain kind of person who doesn't just tolerate stimulation, they metabolize it. Noise, laughter, shared stories, spontaneous plans. What overwhelms some people seems to sharpen you. But here's the strange part. You've probably been misunderstood for it. Sometimes labeled as attention-seeking, too loud, too much, superficial. Or, on the other extreme, seen as effortlessly confident, socially gifted, the lucky one. Both versions flatten something much more complex. Because this isn't about volume, and it isn't about ego, it's about wiring. We call it extroversion. And there's more going on here than people realize. Psychologists have been studying extroversion for over a century, but one of the most interesting insights came from research into the brain's reward system. Studies using brain imaging have shown that people who score high in extroversion tend to have a more responsive dopamine system, especially in regions linked to reward anticipation. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about pursuit, it's about motivation. It's the chemical that lights up when something interesting might happen. For some nervous systems, social interaction is neutral input. For others, it's mildly draining. But for extroverted brains, social engagement often registers as potential reward. A new conversation isn't just talk, it's stimulation, it's novelty, it's possibility. That's why being around people can feel energizing rather than exhausting. It's not that you need attention in a shallow sense. It's that your brain is literally wired to come alive in dynamic environments. And there's another layer most people don't see. Extroversion is strongly linked to sensitivity to external cues. Facial expressions, tone shifts, subtle changes in group mood, your system tracks them quickly. You respond in real time. That responsiveness can look like charisma, but neurologically, it's attunement. Some researchers describe extroverts as having a higher threshold for cortical arousal. In simple terms, it takes more stimulation for your brain to feel fully engaged. Quiet isolation doesn't always get you there. Interaction does, so you seek it. Not because you're avoiding yourself, but because that's where your system feels calibrated. And this wiring doesn't emerge in a vacuum. Temperament shows up early in life. Some children lean forward into the world. They approach strangers. They explore loudly. Others hang back. Neither is better. But if you were the child who reached outward first, chances are the world responded in a specific way. Maybe you were praised for being social, encouraged to speak, rewarded for entertaining relatives or leading group activities. That reinforcement matters. The brain learns quickly what brings connection. Over time, being outward-facing doesn't just feel natural. It feels adaptive. There's also something else that develops quietly. When you're often the one who initiates, who brings energy, who keeps conversations moving, you become skilled at reading group dynamics. You learn how to smooth awkwardness, how to bridge silences, how to draw quieter people in. It can look effortless, but it's a practiced nervous system response. And yet, for all its strengths, extroversion carries trade-offs that rarely get discussed. When your energy rises in connection with others, solitude can feel ambiguous, not painful, just flat. Without external stimulation, your thoughts might feel less structured. Your motivation dips. The world feels muted. That doesn't mean you lack depth. It means your depth often activates relationally. There's a paradox here. Extroverts are often perceived as socially confident, and many are. But because connection fuels you, disconnection can cut deeply. Rejection doesn't just sting, it can destabilize your internal equilibrium more than people realize. Your nervous system expects engagement. When it doesn't receive it, the absence feels louder. Another quiet cost is this. When you're known as the social one, people may not look for your vulnerability. You become the organizer, the initiator, the life of the gathering. But who organizes for you? Who carries the emotional tone when you're tired? Sometimes the most outwardly expressive people are the least asked how they're actually doing. None of this makes extroversion better or worse than introversion. These are temperamental differences, not moral categories. Different nervous systems evolved for different ecological roles. Some track internal nuance more finely. Others scan the external world for opportunity and alliance. Both are necessary. The culture you grow up in may amplify one style over another. In some environments, being outspoken is rewarded. In others, restraint is valued. But beneath culture, the wiring remains. And here's something counterintuitive. Extroversion isn't the absence of reflection. It's reflection in motion. Many extroverts think best while talking. Ideas clarify mid-sentence. Emotions surface through dialogue. Silence doesn't always produce insight. Interaction does. To someone watching, it can look like impulsivity. But internally, it's processing. There's also a hidden strength in how quickly you recover from setbacks. Because your reward system is tuned toward possibility, your attention naturally shifts toward the next opportunity. That future orientation can buffer against rumination. But again, it's a trade-off. Moving forward quickly sometimes means you don't always linger long enough to metabolize subtle emotions. The world keeps offering new input, and your system keeps responding. If any of this feels familiar, you're not dramatic, you're not shallow, you're not too much. You are responsive. Your energy is relational. Your motivation is externally activated. Your brain lights up in shared space. That isn't a character flaw, it's a configuration. And configurations have value. Groups need people who initiate, who connect strangers, who generate momentum, who say yes first, who turn ideas into shared experiences. At the same time, your wiring doesn't exempt you from depth, from complexity, from the need to be understood beyond your social role. If this reflection resonates, you might begin noticing your patterns with less judgment and more curiosity. You might see that your desire for engagement isn't a weakness. It's information about how your nervous system thrives. And if you're finding language here for something you've always felt but never quite articulated, that's worth acknowledging. You can let me know by liking the video and subscribing, not as a performance, just as a quiet signal that this kind of exploration matters to you. Because this is only one layer. There are subtler dimensions of extroversion we haven't touched yet. The way it intersects with attachment. The difference between social energy and social avoidance, masked as charm. The moments when outward confidence coexists with private doubt. If you've ever wondered why certain environments amplify you while others leave you oddly restless, or why connection feels essential but sometimes insufficient, there's more to uncover. For now, it's enough to recognize this. The way you move toward the world makes sense. The way your energy rises in shared space makes sense. The way silence feels different to you makes sense. You are not performing your personality. You are inhabiting a nervous system shaped by biology, experience, and repetition. And when you understand that, something softens. Not because you need to change, but because you no longer have to defend the way you're wired.